Today, we are here to share information about our Bright Ideas grants. Those grants are created, or we hope, will stimulate learning beyond what some school budgets allow. We know teachers spend, I think the most recent thing I've seen is about 90% of teachers spend money out of their own pocket. And that's just unfortunate. So that's one of the reasons that we are here to help, to supplement some of the great things that are going on in the district. Today, as of today, over $104,000 and 57 projects have been distributed to schools, community programs, and classrooms across Fayette County. And that includes the 31 projects totaling $55,545,000 that we're going to talk about today. So we're thrilled to be here at Crawford Middle School on National Kids Take Over the Kitchen Day. And I am happy to introduce Debbie Glenn, a 2023 Bright Ideas Grant recipient and Extra Innings Director here at Crawford. Debbie, there's no easy way to do it.
Thank you all so much for coming. We very much appreciate all of you being here today. We especially want to thank our partners at Food Chain. They're one of our absolute best partners. Kristen is a member of our advisory council with Extra Innings and has truly become a friend to me through the years. We've been through a lot of cooking experiences together. We also want to thank Independence Bank for being here. Funding. We want to thank the Fayette Foundation. We truly appreciate it. One of our Extra Innings favorite activities is cooking. That's our most popular enrichment activity that we do, and we're just very, very thankful and grateful. We're going to have a few kids with us here in just a few minutes, and Food Chain is going to offer a cooking demonstration for us. So again, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Debbie. And these grants are made possible because of businesses, people, and community organizations who care about education in our community. So next, we're going to hear from Stacy Bird. She is the Lexington and Fayette President for Independence Bank. Stacy.
Thanks, Carrie. I was talking with my sister this morning about something, and she reminded me of good value. And it's this: it's thinking of good things to do makes you a kind person, but putting those thoughts into actions make you special. And so thank you, Carrie, and the Fayette Education Foundation, and all the teachers and the investors for being special. Like Carrie said, I'm Stacy Burge. I'm the president of Independence Bank here in Lexington, and this is my friend and colleague, Alice Dearborn, over here. We have a small team of 8 people here in Lexington, and at Independence Bank, we have a motto, and our motto is, we're here for good. And one of the ways we put that into practice is by providing a hand up rather than a hand out. Several people on our team have kids in Fayette County Public Schools, and they're middle schoolers and high schoolers. And we've wanted to get involved with FCPS for a while in some fashion. And when Carrie brought us the opportunity to come alongside the school district, our interest was sparked. So at Independence Bank, we love organizations that work together. We like ones that are webby. And as we reviewed the grants, several of them really stood out to us. And there were a couple things that we were looking for that aligned with our pillars, some of which were education and basic human needs. So as a team, we decided we wanted to lift up middle school or high schoolers to have an impact during those years when kids can really start to fall through the cracks and lose their way. So the cooking club was the first on the list, and it was the perfect fit for us. As our Bright Ideas grant recipient. First, to the partnership with Food Chain, who does so much amazing stuff and work in our community. The element of teaching students skills that they can take with them, put into daily practice, take home and make their home lives better, and skills they can carry on with them for the rest of their lives. All while participating in an innovative environment inside of the school setting were reasons why we wanted to be part of this. So at the bank, we also like to have fun. So Alice is in charge of reviewing all of these national holidays. There are all these like fun celebratory things. And so she realized that today was National Kids Take Over the Kitchen Day. And so she called Carrie and was like, Carrie, I have this idea. And so it's just fun to see like a little idea move on forward to bring all these group of people together to celebrate something that's so special. So the recipients of the grants, the investors, the students, the amazing teachers who put these projects into action, this is what makes this stuff special. So we're grateful to be here and to play a small part of it. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Stacy. We are fortunate to live in a community that values education, has a heart for philanthropy. In addition to Independence Bank, I wanted to publicly thank some other Bright Ideas supporters here today. Lexmark is here, represented by Christy Middleton and our Fayette Education Foundation Board Chair, Laterica Young. Columbia Gas is here, represented by Lisa Smith. Also, we have another foundation board member here, Denise Gray, who is 6th District Council member, and she has, fun fact, more schools in her district than any other council member. So she's very, very dedicated to education in this community. And finally, thank you to the representatives from Fayette County Public Schools. We've heard from Debbie, and particularly Tracy Bruno, the Fayette County Public Schools Chief of Staff, and he is an ex officio foundation board member as well. And I want to thank, I don't think Dr. Webb's here, the principal Crawford, but letting us invade their space and kick the, hey, thank you. So thank you. Though we are independent from the district, the foundation was created specifically to support the mission and goals of Fayette County Public Schools. So that's why we're all gathered here. And again, collaboration is key, as Stacy mentioned. So that's what makes our schools and community successful. So I'd like to invite Kristen to come up here and talk a little bit about what they're going to be doing in this program.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. Food Chain is a local nonprofit, and we were founded with the mission to forge links between community and fresh food with education and demonstration of sustainable food systems. When the pandemic hit, we were able to take our cooking classes on the road and come directly to students. So we worked with Debbie for a while in the first year doing virtual cooking classes until we were finally able to come back into the classroom. Through our cooking classes, which we call hands-on food literacy, because we're teaching more than just how to cook and follow a recipe, we are helping kids to increase their kitchen confidence. So this is how to process different ingredients, how to use different kitchen tools, how to be able to follow a recipe, know how to use an oven, a stove. Second, we want them to understand the seasonality of locally grown produce. So a lot of our classes really focus on locally grown. We partner with a lot of Kentucky farmers, so we bring that produce directly to our classes, and we are teaching them today with some locally grown watermelon. This is actually grown in Max's backyard, but it shows that in Kentucky you can grow watermelon. And the final thing that we're really trying to do in these classes with students is to explore personal food preferences. We acknowledge at Food Chain that food is cultural, food is part of who you are, and everyone has different taste profiles. What we really want to do in these classes is to get students excited about trying new things and realizing how they can incorporate different fruits and vegetables into what they already enjoy eating. Our whole thing is we really want to just get kids eating more fruits and vegetables, but doing so in a really fun way and helping them to be active participants in the food system through the choices that they make. So today, when we cut over to our cooking class, Max is going to be leading the students in making a fresh agua fresca. So we're going to use some lime juice, some watermelon. It's a nice kind of, for the hot day, it's a nice cool drink, and it teaches a lot of skills, including using knives, using a juicer, kind of some hands-on opportunities. And it also is a culturally different recipe. So we are always trying to explore the world through the recipes that we do. So we're really excited to bring this to you, and we're excited to be here today. Thank you.
I'm going to turn it over to Max and our students. You all go right over there. They are in between classes.
What's going on, y'all? Oh, well, I'm coming back next week, so don't worry. So everybody grab a station. Everybody grab a station. All right.
These are also students who have participated in the cooking classes, so they are used to kind of the way we do things, maybe not on camera, but I'm really excited to be here.
All right, so today, y'all, we're going to be making a watermelon lime agua fresca. It's a traditional kind of Mexican drink in the summertime, especially when it gets a little bit too hot. You can use any kind of fruits. Usually just adding some ice, some water, a whole bunch of fruit juice, usually fresh with the pulp in there, but we're going to be taking that out today. And then if the fruit isn't ripe enough, you can add in a sweetener. So we have agave, which is just a different kind of sweetener. It's a plant that is traditional or native to South America, a little bit North America too, but it is here. So we're going to be cutting up the watermelon chunks. So you guys know how to use these knives? Yeah? So get that watermelon off the rind and then take those chunks and throw them into the big old chunk right there. There you go. And then over here, if you want to roll out those limes, get those juices a little bit more. Yeah, roll them out and then you can cut them in half and then go ahead and juice them.
You want to cut it?
Big chunks.
Yeah.
Off the rind. And if you want to cut it into smaller chunks and then get it off the rind first, that is an excellent way to do it. Don't always have to be super efficient, especially when you're practicing with your knives. So with this knife, so see we have serrations like a saw. So instead of a really sharp blade, that's all right.
All right, just leave it.
Instead of a nice sharp end, we just kind of have to use it kind of like a bread knife or a saw. So we just kind of push and go back and forth. And then we have the ends. Can you guys guess where this watermelon is from? Or it was grown, potentially? Oh, you listen. That's not fair. But yeah, did you guys know that watermelons were able to be grown within Kentucky's climate? No?
Yeah.
Well, they can, and they do have a peak season in the summertime, and watermelons are one of those things you don't see in the grocery store year-round. That is because they are hyper seasonal, and they don't do well terribly when they are being transported. They don't hold up like apples or oranges or anything else like that. So now what I want you to do is actually put these chunks in that container, and then I want you to take the ladle and start smashing it down.
Do we just pick them up with our hands?
You can, or just pour it in there.
We use the no.
You can use the ladle, you can use both of the, any way you want to kind of crush those out. So we could throw these in a blender, but I thought, what was the fun in that? I wanted you guys to get a little elbow grease in there. That should be plenty of lime juice.
Use the ladle.
No, you're not.
That's up to them. That's up to their taste. Excellent. All right. So what else you could do is you could hold it tilted and then kind of push in so it all stays in that big glob. Nice. Excellent. Now once you've thoroughly pressed it out, you think you got enough juice, we can pour it all back into the strainer. And now this will get out all the seeds and the pulp. And we're gonna get a nice clean filtered juice, and then you can use the rubber spatula. Yeah, just like that.
No, that's
There you
fine.
go.
Do you cook?
So then you can grab the ice and the agave, and we're gonna test it to see if you guys like the flavor, how it is starting off. Do we want to add some more lime juice, more sweetener? I think the watermelon's pretty sweet as is, but hey, we all taste a little bit differently. Excellent. You think you got enough out? All right, here, let's slide that over. Now first, let's dump in some ice. So you want to grab all that ice. Great. Now, do you guys want to try it like this first before adding lime juice, or do you just want to go in and add it in?
Lime juice.
Lime juice? All right.
I wouldn't add it all.
That's up to them. This is their recipe.
This one, that's good. I want some more.
Well, you can add some more to your own cup too, remember. Just like we discussed when we have the hot sauce and the chili powder, the cayenne powder, excuse me. How much more do you guys add? All right, now where'd that lid go? Now you guys can try it from here. See if you want to add in that agave, if you want to add a little bit more lime. And after you taste this first round, I want you to tell me what you're tasting. Do you taste it? Is it already sweet enough? Do you like the acid from the lime?
There you go. It's sweet enough. I think it needs more lime.
Needs more lime? Okay.
More lime.
More lime? More lime? You guys want the acid? Okay.
Lemons and limes are usually a pretty popular ingredient we find.
What are some other things you might want to add into this? So if this wasn't sweet enough, we would probably add about like,
Sugar.
yeah, we could add the sugar or like, again, the agave. It's a native plant. It's a sweetener. It's a little bit easier to process than getting raw sugar out more every time. Too
I like
much?
lime.
It's just fine as it is. I'm good with this one.
Well, some people actually would like to add
That's
maybe
good.
like some tahini or some, maybe even a little bit of salt because some people really like salted watermelon as a snack too. Not like a lot, just a little pinch.
How much lime did you add to your drink, Darren?
He probably did about half.
Oh, goodness.
I like lime. I like sour stuff.
So do I. Not that much.
Do you guys want to try it with adding in some extra sweetener to see what it tastes like? Or does anybody want to try what the sweetener tastes like on its own? Because it isn't just pure sweet. It has a nice little flavor to it as well. Nice.
I'll add a little bit.
So as you can see, this is one of the many examples of the things that the Bright Ideas grants are funding and the fun stuff that's going on in the classroom that most of us don't realize anymore. So I'd like to thank you, everybody here, for your support of the Fayette Education Foundation and our students, and I think we can all agree the future is bright. Thank you.